Good morning, dear Sangha. Today is May the 10th, 2012, and we are in the full moon meditation hall of the new Hamlet. Plum Village is a practice center, Buddhist practice center, and the kind of Buddhism we practice here is applied Buddhism. The kind of practice that aim at responding to the problems that we encounter in our daily life. The practice of Plum Village is characterized by four things. We can call these four the Dharma seals of Plum Village. The first Dharma seal of Plum Village is I have arrived, I am home. And if a practice that does not carry the teaching I have arrived, I am home, is not Plum Village teaching, is not Plum Village practice. So that is the first Dharma seal of the Plum Village practice. In Plum Village, we live in such a way that we can accept the present moment, the here and the now, as our true home. We do not look forward to the future. No matter how it is, how beautiful it is, the future, we don't dream about future. We want to have a beautiful future, but we know that the future is made of the present moment, so we take good care of the present moment. We do not lose ourselves in thinking, in losing ourselves in the future. We do not allow the fear about future to carry us away. We do not let the anxiety, the worries about future to carry us away. So we are free from the future. We do not allow the regret and the suffering of the past to overwhelm us. We do not want to lose ourselves in the regret and the sorrow concerning the past. We can study the past. We can look deeply into the past in order to understand, to learn what happened in the past. But we do not allow the past to imprison us. And we have to be free of the past. We are capable of being in the present moment. Although we know that the present moment is the fruit of the past. Đã về đã tới. This is the first Dharma seal of Plum Village. I have arrived, I am home. So our practice is how to feel at home in the here and the now. because it is clear that the past is no longer there. We cannot go back to the past. And the future is not yet there. Therefore, there is the present moment for us to live. And the present moment is real, is available, and we can get in touch with the present moment. The present moment has many wonders. The present moment have many wonders that can help us to be nourished, to be healed. And these elements of nourishment and healing are inside of us and around us. So only in the present moment can we get in touch with the healing and refreshing and nourishing elements. And that is why we have to feel at home in the present moment. And then life is available only in the present moment. And we want to live our life deeply. That is why our practice is to arrive in the here and the now every moment. And to feel that the present moment is our home. Everything in the present moment is should be recognized by us as our true home. Even if there is suffering in the present moment, we have to be in the present moment. There are those who try to take refuge in the past and in the future in order to forget the suffering in the present moment. And that is escaping. So on one hand, being in the present moment, we can get the nourishment and healing, but we can recognize the suffering. So that we can take care of the suffering. And that is why we have to be in the present moment. If we try to run away from the suffering, we have no chance in order to transform, to heal. And that is why trying to forget the present moment, try to think about the future or the past in order to forget the present moment is not the practice of Plum Village. So we learn, first of all, to get in touch with the wonders of life that have the function to heal and to nourish, and that we must do in the present moment. Secondly, we have to be able to recognize, embrace, and transform the suffering. And that is why we have to be in the present moment. And we know that these two things, they are related to each other. Nourishment, healing, nourishment and healing, transformation. There are therapies that require us to go back to the future, to the past, in order to find out what is the cause of our ill being in the present. But the practice in Plum Village, in the practice of Plum Village, we do not have to go back to the past. Because if we get in touch with the present moment, we can get in touch with the past already. Because all the wounds that were made in the past, they are there in the present moment. And if we are mindful, if we are concentrated, we can recognize them. So when there is a feeling of sadness, a feeling of pain that happen, that manifests in the present moment, and if we know how to recognize it, to look deeply at it, we can see the roots of that feeling, of that pain in the past. So we don't have to go to the past. We are established in the present moment, and yet we can get in touch with the past. To practice is to observe your body in the here and the now, and to get in touch with your body. And when you get in touch with your body, you understand your body in the here and the now. You get in touch with your body in the past. And you get in touch with the whole past. Like our father, our mother, our ancestors, they are all in the present moment. So getting in touch with the body in the here and the now, we get in touch with all our ancestors, our parents, with all their suffering and their happiness. We don't have to abandon the present moment in order to go back to the past, in order to find out. So this practice is present-centered. This therapy is present-centered. We need only to be in the present moment, and we should get in touch with what is happening in the present moment in order to identify what was in the past that has led to this in the present. And that is why the first Dharma seal is, I have arrived, I am home. Being in the present moment, being home, we can get the nourishment and we can take care of the suffering in the present moment. So in order to nourish us, in order to heal us, we have to do something. And what we do should be done in the present moment. We don't have to close our eyes and think about ourselves when we were 5-year-old or 6-year-old and things like that. Because getting in touch with our body in the here and the now, we can get in touch with our body when we were 5 and so on. And not only that, we can get in touch with the body of our father, our grandfather, and our ancestors. So this is the first Dharma seal of Plum Village. I have arrived, I am home. Nourishment and healing should be done in the here and the now. You don't need a therapist trying to help you to go back to the past and find out what happened in the past. Because if we are able to recognize what is going on in the present moment, we can unmask the past right here and right now. We know that the suffering of ourselves is also has to do with the suffering of our father. Our suffering has to do with the suffering of our mother and our ancestors. So when we understand our suffering deeply, we understand the suffering of our ancestors and our father and our mother. And if we know how to transform it, we can liberate our father, our mother, our ancestors in us. But the only way to do it is in the here and the now. Suppose we did not have a happy childhood. Our family was broken. Now we come to Plum Village and practice. And in Plum Village we have brothers and sisters in the Dharma. They are not brothers and sisters, blood brothers and blood sisters. They are only Dharma brothers and sisters. But we have to accept them as members of our family. We have to devote ourselves entirely to this family. We have to accept him as a brother, accept her as our sister, and try to make the most of it. Most of the present moment. And if we can accept this as our family, if we know that all of this is our true home, and then we begin to heal. We begin to heal and we begin to build something for us to lean on later. So to accept the here and the now as your home is very important. And if you can get the nourishment and the healing in the here and the now, you can heal the future. You can heal the past. And one day the past will no longer weigh heavily on you anymore, because in the present moment we get the transformation and the healing and the nourishment. By taking care of the present moment, by practicing nourishment and healing in the present moment, we change the past. Because the past is disguised, hidden in the present moment. The second Dharma seal of Plum Village is đi như một dòng sông, go as a river. Go as a river. In Plum Village, we live and work and practice in such a way that we consider happiness as a collective thing and not an individual thing anymore. His happiness is my happiness. Her suffering is my suffering. We don't have a private future, an individual future. We have the future is not individual anymore. We go like a river. We arrive at the sea, as a river, not as a drop of water. It's like the cells in our body. There are so many cells in our body, but they operate as an organism. They are not looking for an individual future, individual well-being, because they know that they are related to each other. And the well-being of the other cell is the well-being of your well-being. So we function, we operate like a river, like this, all the cells in the body. Well-being or suffering is collective. And when we look into our body, we also see that our body is not us. Our body is the continuation of the body of our mother, of our father, of our ancestors. So this body is a river. This body is not a drop of water. So when you smile, your ancestors and your father and your mother smile. When you walk, all your ancestors, your parents walk. When you eat, you nourish your ancestors, your father, your mother. So you go as a river. You do not have a separate self. And that is the awareness. Not only this is applied to other people, other members of the Sangha, of the new family, but it applies to our blood ancestors as well. We go like a river. And biologically speaking, this is also true, because we are a cell of an organism. And we live, we behave in such a way that there should be harmony, there should be peace, there should be non-discrimination, in order for happiness to be possible. If you live in Plum Village as a permanent member of the Sangha, you see the whole Sangha as your body. Like this morning we say before chanting, let the whole Sangha breathe as one body. Listen as one body. Chant as one body. So when we chant, all the cells in our body chant together. And we are a cell of the Sangha body. And we chant with all other cells of the body. So a river is not only around us, a river is also in us. Everything you do is for the whole organism. You do not think of a private, of individual future, of an individual happiness. And that is not only conform with the teaching of the Buddha, there is no self, but conform with the reality. Because when we look at life, we see that anything that operates well operates in the same way. Like a beehive, a beehive, there is a harmony, there is no self, there is no discrimination, and when you organize a family, or you organize a sangha, we have to organize in the same way. The way of our body. Our body is made of trillions of cells, and yet they operate in such a way that there is harmony. And the well-being of one cell is the well-being of the other cells. So this is not only conform with the teaching of the Buddha, but also conform with reality it is, as it is. So if any teaching and practice that does not reflect the second Dhammasio, go as a river, is not Plum Village teaching, it's not Plum Village practice. And the moment when you agree, when you accept, and you make the vow to live like that, you transform a lot of suffering and separation already. There is no more jealousy, there is no more despair. If you are a lay practitioner, you should organize your life like that also. Your family, your community, like that. Thay reported that during the French speaking retreat last week, the brothers in the Upper Hamlet operated like that, going as a river. It's a spirit of brotherhood, and there's no conflict, there's no separation. Everyone did the best. Everyone understood everyone else. Do not complain, do not judge. And the happiness was so deep. And there was a meeting in the Upper Hamlet reviewing the retreat, and that spirit came out very, very clearly. And that should be the way we operate. We operate as a sangha, as brothers and sisters. There is no jealousy, there is no discrimination, and we behave like a beehive. We behave like an organism, and we should continue like that, and we can also improve, because that brings a lot of happiness. And when the people who come to the retreat, they see the permanent community in Plum Village operate like that, they have a lot of faith and happiness. So we go as a river, and we treasure the here and the now. We do not think, dream about the past. We were not caught by the dream about the future. We are not caught by the past. We are free. It's springtime, and so many wonders manifest. And if we are not well established in the here and the now, we miss everything. We should not allow the sorrow concerning the past pull us away. We should not allow the regret, the suffering about the past pull us away. We do not allow the fear and the uncertainty about future pulling us away. We breathe in mindfully. We breathe out mindfully. We walk mindfully. And every breath, every step brings us home to the here and the now, so that we can get the nourishment and the healing that we need. Because nourishment and healing should be obtained in the here and the now. If you allow your mind to think too much about the past or about the future, you have no chance to do that. So every brother, sister in the Plum Village try to do that, and you should be with them to free yourself from the past, the future, in order to be truly established in here and now. And with that, the transformation and the healing will take place. Next week, in a few days, we will start a health retreat. A few hundred people will come. I will share with them our practice. And they need the healing. And we will tell them that every breath is can be healing. Every step can be healing. And you can get in touch with all the wonders of life that allow the nourishment and the healing to be possible. And as a community, we should support them so that they can establish themselves in the here and the now, and try their best to live in the present moment and go as a river. It sounds like easy. I have arrived, I'm home. It sounds easy, going like a river, but we need a lot of practice in order to be able to do that. And we should help each other. We should support each other. We should show our capacity of doing that, so that we can encourage the other person to join us. In that way, we flow like a river with harmony and with happiness. So when we see someone in the Sangha who is caught by the past or by the future, we know that person is not free, that person is not truly there in order to do the work of healing and nourishment. We should do something to help him or her. We should try to show him, to show her that there are wonders available in the here and now, so that they can get in touch. You should show them how to recognize and embrace the pain in order to transform, and do that in the present moment, and not trying to escape. The third Dharma seal of Plum Village is để thời tương tức. the interbeing, of truth, and time. Truth là đế, time là thời. In Buddhism, we learn that there are two kinds of truth. The ultimate truth, chân đế, đệ nhất nghĩa đế. And tục đế, conventional truth. Ultimate truth and conventional truth. In the conventional truth, we acknowledge the fact that there is birth and death, beginning, ending, and this and that. But when we look deeply into the nature of reality, we can touch the ultimate truth. We recognize the truth of no birth, no death, no being, no non-being. And the conventional truth can be helpful. And does not have to contradict the ultimate truth. It's like in science, there is the science, classical science, represented by Newton, and modern science. These two kinds of science contradict each other. And yet both sciences can be applied in our daily life. So the same thing is true within the two truths in Buddhism, the conventional truth. Suppose we speak of above and below, the above and the below. And the left and the right, being and non-being, birth and death. These are conventional truths, but they are useful. Like when we think of the planet Earth, sitting here And this half hemisphere, we believe that this direction is the direction of the above, and this direction is the direction of the below. That is conventional truth. This is above, this is below. But the people who sit on the other side of the planet, they don't agree. They think this is their below and this is their above. So concerning the cosmos, it's wrong to say that this is above or below. This direction cannot be said to be above or below. And that is the ultimate truth. But conventional truth is very useful also. Because if we want to build a house, we should distinguish between the below and the above. We cannot begin with the above. We have to build the foundation first. So we recognize that the conventional truths are useful, but sometimes we have to transcend. When we fly to the other side of the planet, we do not think that we are going below, right? But the notion of below is still there. So, in the practice of Plum Village, concerning the truth, we know that both the conventional and the ultimate truth, they interact. They do not contradict each other. And we are free to make use of the two kinds of truth. Suppose someone say that in Buddhism we learn that there is no birth and no death. Why do you say that life is short and we have to practice in order to free yourself from birth and death? Because there is no birth and no death. Why do you have to transcend birth and death? Because there is no birth and no death. Why do you have to practice and transcend birth and death? So because we mix up the two kind of truth. But when we look deeply, we see that the two kind of truth they are not separated from each other. In fact, from the conventional truth, we can follow a path of skillfulness in order to attain the ultimate truth. So there is a link between the conventional truth and the ultimate truth. It is very clear that in Buddhism we start with looking into something and try to find out the cause of that something, the roots of that something. Suppose there is a depression, and we look into the depression in order to find out the cause of the depression, how this depression has come. So everything has a root, everything has a cause. And if we continue to look deeply into the nature of something, we find out that something is made not only by one cause, but by a multitude of causes. Like when we look at a rose, we think that the cause of the rose is the gardener. The gardener is the cause of the rose. That is true, that without the gardener there is no rose possible. But looking deeply, we see that the gardener is not enough. We need to have the rain and the soil and the sunshine and a multitude of things in order for the rose to be possible. And to continue looking deeply like that, we find out that a rose is made of non-rose elements. And the nature of the rose is emptiness. A rose does not have a separate existence. So in the beginning, we see the rose as something real, something that cannot be mixed up as something else. A rose is a rose. A rose is not a cloud. A rose is a rose. A rose is not the sunshine. In the beginning, a rose is only a rose. But skillfully, there is a path leading to the inside, that a rose is made only of non-rose elements. And therefore, a rose can be only a rose if these non-rose elements are there. So emptiness is the ultimate truth. In the Third Sutra, we chant that there is no suffering, no cause of suffering, no ill being, no cause of ill being, and no cessation of ill being, and no path leading to the cessation of ill being. And yet the Buddha began by the Four Noble Truths. And the first truth is ill being, the second truth is the making of ill being, the third truth is the cessation of ill being, and the last is the path leading to the cessation of ill being. And the four truths, in the beginning, they are separate. There are four of them. But finally, when we chant the sutra, well, all these four truths are negated. There is no ill being, there is no making of ill being. So these two truths, they continue each other's. And we begin with the Four Noble Truths, and we arrive at the conclusion that the Four Noble Truths, they inter-are. You cannot separate them. They do not have a separate existence. It's like a rose. In the beginning, we acknowledge the fact that the rose is there. But looking deeply, using the meditation on interdependence, we recognize that the manifestation of the rose is due to the coming together of so many non-rose elements. So that all truths, they inter-are. The interbeing, the nature of interbeing of all truths. conventional truth and the ultimate truth, although they are different, but they don't contradict each other. There is a skillful way leading to the conventional truth, to the ultimate truth. And we have also the four truths. This is the two truths, conventional and ultimate. The four truth is ill being, khổ, cause of ill being, cessation of ill being, and path leading to the cessation of ill being. Four truths. In the beginning, we see that there are four distinct truths: ill being and cause of ill being, cessation of ill being, and the path leading to the cessation of ill being. According to this, we know that the four truths are. If you look into ill being, you look into one of the four noble truths, and deeply enough, you can see all the other three. You can see how the truth, how the ill being has been made. You can see also that there is a possibility of transforming ill being, and you can also see there is a path leading to the cessation of ill being. It's like when you look into a rose, you can see all the non-rose elements. And that is why the four truths are. Looking into one, you can see the all three. And looking into one, you can only see that one. You have not been able to see the other three. It means you have not really seen it. When you look into a rose, and if you can only see the rose, you have not seen it. You have not seen the rose yet. When you look into your body and you only see you, you have not seen you. You have to see your father, your mother, your ancestors, your country, your people, your culture, in order to see you yourself. So the truth is that with meditation, with the practice of deep looking, when you look into ill being, like your suffering, the suffering that you have been carrying with you for a long time. When you look at your depression, and deeply enough, you will see how the depression has come to you. And you can see also that it is possible to transform this depression, to have it go away. And you also know how to make it go away. So in one truth, you see all the other three truths. And that is the teaching and the practice of Plum Village. And that is the third Dharma seal of Plum Village. the interbeing nature of the truth, and then the interbeing nature of time. Time is divided by the past, present, and future. 3 times. Tam Thay. And in Plum Village, the teaching is that the present moment contains the past and contains the future. And if you look deeply and you get in touch with the present, you can touch the past and touch the future. And when you look at the present moment, if you only see the present moment, you have not seen the present moment yet. You have to look deeply into the present moment so that you can see at the same time the past and the future. And in the teaching of Buddhism, you cannot separate the 3 times. And ask someone to carry the past to New York, someone keep the present here, and someone carry the future to Moscow. It's not possible. They are always together. So establish in the here and the now, deeply, you touch the past and you can heal the past. Touching the present moment deeply, you can touch the future. The future is already here. Nowadays in advertisement, they also say that the future is already there. Suppose you have 100 slides to show us, and suppose you have a kind of machine that can show slide number 1, and when slide show number 1 is already shown, slide number 2 will come. And when you have shown slide number 2, number 2 will pass by this way, and slide number 3 come. And then you push, and when after the 100, number 1 is shown again. You just push a button and the slides take turn in order to show itself in the here and the now. Usually, we like to represent time as a straight line. And we take a point in the middle and assign it as the present moment. And when we have determined point P, we can call the segment before P as past, and the segment after P future. And point P just move on like this, and there is more past. and the future will shrink. And that is not the best way to represent time. In the teaching of Buddha, you can draw a circle. When slide number 100 has been shown, slide number 1 reappear. It means that what has gone to the past will appear again in the future. The past is the future, and at the same time the present. And this is better understood when we come to the fourth Dharma seal of Plum Village. Sát na dị thục. Dị thục in English means maturation, or concoction. The Sanskrit word is vipaka. Thuk means to be ripe, to ripen, to be cooking. Thuk chín, and dị means different. Changing, acquiring a different form. And this is the name of store consciousness, one of the names of store consciousness. Store consciousness has many names. Alaya is one name. Vipaka, maturation, is another name. Sarvabhijaka means the totality of the seeds, is another name. Sattva means all, the totality. Bija means seeds. Thuk means consciousness. The consciousness that carry all kind of seeds. So Vipaka is another name of of store consciousness. And in your daily life, you produce, you act. And you are your action. Acting, action, so karma. When you produce a thought, that's your action, that's your karma. And if that thought is full of anger or fear or despair, this is not a good action. It bears your signature. And you are not investing well to the future because you just produce a thought of hate, anger, and fear. And that thought that you have produced are on the way to ripe, to change, to ripen, to be cooked. And it will appear in the future. Go back to you in the future as a karma fruit. Karma goes, karma fruit. So when the slide number 1 is shown here, slide 1 represents a kind of thought, a kind of speech, a kind of action. And after the thought has been produced, the speech has been produced, the action has been produced, it goes to the past. And it gives the place to another thought, slide number 2. But what you have produced in terms of action will never be lost. It continues to be there in your store consciousness. Store consciousness. Keep everything. Preserve everything. Nothing is lost. Rien ne se perd. So you think that it has gone to the past, it's no longer there, but it is always there. And it is on a way to ripening. And someday it could become, it is the past, but it is also the future. Here is the present. One day when it is ripe, and then you harvest, it will become. So that is the path of ripening, called maturation. So when you see it like that, when you see time drawn as a circle, things are quite different. The past become the future in order to become the present. So past, future, and present, they are. And if you look into the present, you can see the past and the future. If you look into the past, you see the future and the present. So when you produce a thought, that thought bears your signature. It will never be lost. When you produce a speech or an action, this speech, what you said and what you do, also bear your signatures. And the retribution can be right away, can continue into the future. When you say something mean, not nice, Not only the other person suffer, but you suffer. Right away, yeah. But that is not all. You think that it has become the past, but it continues to ripe. And tomorrow, after tomorrow, or 1 year after now, you continue to receive the effect of that action. So it is helpful to understand that man is his action. We are not this body, we are our action. This body is only one part of the maturation. We are much more than this body. We are all the speech, we are all the thought, we are all the action that we have performed. And that is what we have invested. That is a treasure, vipaka. And although we don't see them, they continue to exist. Nothing is lost. Slide number 1, passing on this way, continue to go. And one day, it will show it again here in the present moment on the screen. But this example is not good because slide 1 remains slide 1. Identical. It's not a living thing. A slide is not a living thing. But your thought, your speech, your action become seeds, living things. And they have to go through a process of maturation. And suppose we temporarily divide and we see this portion as past. And beginning here is the future. And the future will come slowly forward so that one day it becomes the present. So we have already begun to see that the present carries within her the past and the future. And every moment of the past, every moment of the future, every moment of the present carry the 3 times, past, present, and future. And that is why maturation at every moment. We do not have to die in order to be reborn. We are reborn every moment. And each moment of our rebirth is a maturation of the karma in the past. So what you see here, manifesting in the present moment, represent all of your past and all your future, and you continue. You don't have to die in order to be reincarnated. You are reincarnated in every moment. You of 5-year-old are now reincarnated in you in the here and the now. And there have been changes because there are maturation. There are 3 kinds of maturation. The first Vì thời nhi thục. Maturation in different times. Vì thời nhi thục. It needs time in order to ripe. Some thought that you produce can have an effect right now. Some thought that you have produced, you need a few days or a few months or a few years to bring the fruit. It's like the teaching of the Buddha 2,600 years ago continue to bring fruit today, you see. So the maturation taking in different episode of times. Like when you buy, when you visit the orange grove, you see that there are many oranges, but they are already ripe. You can pick and eat, but there are other oranges that need more time to ripe. So the seeds, the karma, the action that is produced in terms of thought, speech, and action, they need time to ripe according to the kind of seeds. Many kind of seeds need only a few days in order to sprout, to become a tiny plant. And many kind of seeds need several weeks. So this is the difference of time in the course, in the process of ripening. Ripening in different time. And secondly, vì loại nhi thục. Maturation of several kinds of species. Because there are many kinds of action, there are many kinds of thought, there's many kinds of speech. And they are all different. And when a mango is ripened, it's a mango. When a banana is ripe, it is a banana. Different kinds of action. So not only one type of action, one type of karma, but there are a multitude kind of karma. And third, biến dị nhi thục. And when it is ripe, it is different. It is transformed. It doesn't look the same. And you have to recognize it. When the orange blossom give birth to an orange, the orange is very tiny. It's a green. But a few months later, it becomes a very big and red, beautiful orange. So it does not look like a blossom. It does not like a tiny green fruit. So you have to recognize it because it is different. It's like when you look at the picture of your friend when she is 5-year-old, and you compare, you see that's quite different. The 5-year-old girl and this lady, they are quite different. So the ripening in different kind of time, the ripening in different kind of action, and the difference of form when they ripened, and you have to recognize the ripening in these three aspects. So, according to the practice of Plum Village, the teaching and practice of Plum Village is characterized by the nature of interbeing between the truth and between the times. The two truths or the four truths, they inter-are. And according to time, the three times are inter-are. When you look into one of the three times, you should be able to see all the three. And the fourth Dhammasio of Plum Village is maturation is taking place at every moment. Every moment of our daily life is a moment of rebirth, is a moment of manifestation, is a beginning. And that is why we have the power to generate action in such a way that can assure a good future. It means assure a beautiful present, because the present is made of the future. So the practice is a kind of investment. In the present moment, when you produce a thought or a speech or an action, that is investment. And that investment can have the fruit right away. And the rest of it continue to be there and continue to ripe and can offer the maturation at every moment. So each moment, each present moment is an opportunity for us to invest for the past and for the future. Because the present moment is made of the past and is made of the future. Because we know that not only the truth inter-are, but the three times inter-are also. So when we ask the question, what will I become? What shall I become? Or what I will go when I die? The question should be answered by the third and the fourth Dhammasio. Let us consider a cloud. A cloud is always changing. New elements come into the cloud, and elements that leave the cloud. Maybe 1/3 of the cloud has become rain or snow. And when the cloud has become the snow, it does not look like a cloud anymore. And yet, this is the continuation of the cloud. That is the action, the karma of the cloud. And that means that in the course of maturation, it may take a very different form. And if we stick to the notion that I am only this form, we are wrong. Because every thought that we produce, everything that we say, everything that we do is our continuation. And even if we don't see them, they are us, and they are our continuation. Because vipaka, stalkersness, has the power to preserve everything. Nothing is lost. And that is why looking at us in the present moment, we know that this is the retribution. This is the retribution of the 3 times. And you can always assure that the next retribution will be a better one, a more beautiful one. And we can add one more. This is in the teaching, and I want to ask one more. Dị xứ nhị thục. Because we have nhị thời nhị thục, need different time to ripe. But if there is time, there should be space. It's like the cloud. When the cloud becomes the rain and falling down, it's no longer seen in the sky. It can be seen elsewhere, on the surface of the earth. So when you look at yourself, you may think that you are only this body here, but the fact is that you are not only here, you are there also. It's like the cloud looking down. She sees herself, part of herself, still floating as a cloud. But she is able to see herself as a stream of water. So not only the form is different, the time is different, but also the place is different. So it's not always true to say that I am here, I am in this direction. You can look with the Dharma eyes, you can see you in the other direction as well. And this, the teaching today is somehow needed for our Dharma teachers, because in the forthcoming 21-day retreat, we have to speak about the Buddhist notion of time. According to the teaching of Buddhism, we are our action. It means energy. This body is energy. This is a source of energy. But this body is not all us. This body is only a base of for operation, so that we can produce energy in terms of thought, speech, and action. We are energy. And that energy will never be lost. It is what we produce will be always there. And they are on the process of maturation. And we are our karma, we are our action. It's very much like Jean-Paul Sartre when he said, "L'homme est la somme de ses actes." Man is the sum of all his actions. It's very close. So let us get acquainted to the fact, to the thinking that we are not just this body. We are our karma. We are our action, and our action can never be lost, always there. And our action will manifest in the future in different forms, and we continue with them. It's like the rain is a manifestation of the cloud. It can never be lost. And we can say that in Buddhism, time cannot be represented by a straight line. Time can be represented in a better way as a circle. And every point of the circle represents the whole circle. One instant contains the whole eternity. The one contains the all. The present contains the past and the future. And that is the Buddhist notion of time. Time and space. Time and space and form and species, they interact. Energies, time, space, matter, action, they are together. You cannot take them out of each other.